spots that are close at hand. The open road is calling loud and clear. Miles of freedom stretching far and near. At the Offsiders Roadhouse we will stay. Fill it up before we ride away through the desert heat or city lights, trucking through Australian days and nights.
Yep, just another morning on the Monash in Melbourne. Hello YouTube, Brad here back with Australian Trucking Adventures. As I said, we are in Melbourne today, and it's a fun day to be in Melbourne. We're got some pipe to deliver in Keysborough, so the morning started nice and chilly again. We head down, we come in through the Lower Heidelberg Road, Greensborough, come out Bulleen Road at the Northeast Freeway, Eastern Freeway, down through the road works for the new East-West link, East-West, East-North, Northeast link. And it's going to be so good when that road opens. Come in off the M80 ring road at Greensborough and just keep on heading south down to the eastern. It's going to cut so much time off the trip. I've been coming down that way a fair bit lately. Just most of the time you get a fairly good run through there. I didn't this morning. There was traffic queues everywhere. I don't know if it was the fog that did it, but yeah, everyone was going a lot slower than they normally do. And eventually we got down to the Eastern Freeway and we could head down to Keysborough to unload the pipe. This load I picked up in Sydney on Monday, and there was a real mixed bag. I got in there to this tight little place, and it was just all laid out in the car park everywhere. I'm like, right, we've got to try and fit all this on +5 small pallets as well, and it just a big game of Tetris. That's all it was. But luckily the bloke on the fork knew what he was doing, and we were able to get it undone, unloaded. And that's what got us to here. I did have to go around to a nearby business where one of our trucks is picking up some steel coil. He doesn't have a tarp on, so I had to drop a tarp off there, and that was nearly an hour delay there, just because one way in, one way out. I had a double in front of me, another double that got around me and got ahead of me. So waiting to unload, then no one knew what this load was he was picking up, so it just the day was just getting longer. But now we're back out on the Monash. We need to go all the way through to the other side of the city, out to Laverton, where we are going to pick up the pods, the big white wrapped prefabbed bathroom units that we take up to Sydney. The first load I've done up there in the 200 Kenworth, we're dropping pods off. I don't know if I've shown doing a couple other unloads there in the Volvo or not. Like, most of that was just members extra videos because it was more of the same. but you've seen the other end where it gets unloaded, craned off and craned up into the building. This is where they come from. So we'll go out to Hickory. They get loaded off the forklift out there. Depending on what size they are, they're going to Parramatta, which the members also know what Parramatta's all about. If we take them up, that'll be in the next vlog, dropping them off probably, but yeah. But we will welcome our members to the video. Thank you a lot. We've just hit 50, which is fantastic. It was a bit slow there for a while, but we've got a few new members that have signed up. All the info's down in the join button on your mobile devices or computers. Unfortunately, I still don't think you can do it via TV, which is a shame, because 58 or 59% of the people that watch my videos are watching on TV. So if you are watching on TV, pick up the phone and go to YouTube there, and you can check out the join tab, and 50 minutes to get to the other side. Melbourne. But yeah, check it out. You get to see some extra bonus content there, as well as photos from my whereabouts, what I'm doing out on the road, and that when we're not filming for a video, I get that and put on the post section as well for the members to see. So anyway, we're going to keep on trucking inbound. I might turn him back on when we get to the Domain Tunnel. It won't be a POV, it'll be just a static shot of us going through the tunnel, and yeah, then we'll get out to Hickory. And this is what it's all about. There's a truck here with a blown tyre, and the coppers are behind him. The red and blue's going. Well, it shouldn't be the coppers unless... No, it's not. When did your freeway service vehicles and that all get red and blues on? I thought they were always flashing amber. I've noticed in Sydney as well, all your breakdown vehicles are in got the red and blue lights flashing, and because they're flashing there on this side, everyone's slowing down to look and gawk. Yeah, he's blown a tyre. I don't think you can see it out there. The sun's going to hit that window there. Anyway, we'll get across here and pick the video back up from Laverton. So, here we are down the back of Laverton, bottom end of Fitzgerald Road and Corrie Creek Road. Another truck's just pulled in ahead of me, so hopefully there's room for both of us. It looks like there is. I haven't come in here and been held up yet, which is good. Also means it's probably going to be happening sometime soon. Although it only takes about 10-15 minutes for them to throw the pods on. It's normally 3 or 4 pods depending how big they are. And 2 straps over them and some angles and off you go. It's pretty quick and easy. Why is he backing up? I can't see any other trucks there, but that's not to say there aren't any trailers parked there that have been unhooked. He's gone past. He's got to go in here off to my right where this other truck's parked. And he's going to take a bit, so I won't film him having fun backing into there. Or maybe he's not going to back in there. Oh well. So that's all the pre-made pods, or completed pods I should say there, wrapped up in their white plastic. Normally they're all down this end, so we might just go up to this container here. It'll give us room for trucks ahead of us and behind us. And we'll get some on. And there we are. I forgot to hit the record button. I was wondering why the camera was turning off coming out of Hickory. Bugger. Do it all over again now. I do apologise for the windscreen. It is a pain in the butt this time of year with the fog in the morning. It's not quite thick enough to really put some moisture on the windscreen. It's just light enough that it's hard to see out of, and then you can't hit the windscreen wipers a few times and have it clear up. So we do have some streaks. Obviously the clutch brake still isn't adjusting itself accordingly. But that's alright there now. We've loaded up. This load is going to Parramatta in Sydney. It's due there, its unloading time slot tomorrow is 2 PM, which isn't the best. I kind of hope I'm not taking up. I'll find out that in a couple of hours time when I get back to the yard, but it's a tight little spot in there, and last week when I had to go in there it was a 2 PM slot, and you'd think with you blocking the road they'd try and get you unloaded as quick as possible and out of the way, but no. The local council's got a curfew on the construction site there at 5 o'clock. They get into trouble if they've still got the road blocked off at 5 o'clock unloading trucks. And I think it was about 5:30 when I actually left there last week. So, and then by that time of day, you're dealing with trying to get out of Sydney. That run, I had to go up to Newcastle, got up there at 7, and yeah, picked up a load of steel from our Aussie made steel joint up there that featured in the previous video. I suppose it was kind of a good thing getting up there at 7 o'clock because your last truck there, no one else was there. The boys just worked through their meal time, tea time to get me loaded, and then went and had tea while I tarped. Come on, get into gear. And yeah, all we had to do was get back out to the M1 heading southbound back towards Sydney. We stopped at Wyong at the Twin Caltexes there for the night. I think it was about 11:30 by the time I got there, and parked up. And the good thing with that is the following day is just getting back to the home. That's all you have to do, so there's no rush. Just make your way south. But I kind of hope it's not me taking this up, because that the new Novotel site there in Parramatta, Hassel Street, or Hassel Street, however you want to pronounce it, the members would know last week I showed them a video of the first time into there. At least this time I'll know where I'm going and how to get out, but the traffic will affect that a little bit because it's tiny little city streets. But that's all we have to do for today. The only job left now is to steer the big girl north, back up the Hume to Albury-Wodonga. Since it's a 2 o'clock delivery, there's no reason, even if I am taking it up, there's no reason to keep on going up north tonight. I can go home and have a decent sleep in, and that's about 6.5 hours from home, so I can leave at 7:30 or something like that in the morning and be up there by 2 o'clock. Have a bit of a sleep in just in case I am going from Sydney up to Newcastle to get steel. Kind of hope I'm not, because I haven't got a tarp on. We had to give a tarp to another bloke this morning, so I'll have to get a tarp at the yard if that's the case. But we'll get out here, we'll see what the Hume's like, what the M80's like back around to the Hume, and keep on trucking north. Whew. Welcome to my bedroom and my office and my driving position. Well, good morning, campers. So, obviously, we didn't just go home. Obviously, I didn't just get a awesome night's sleep. And obviously, we're on our way to Sydney. But, the loads come in yesterday afternoon, and yep, I'm taking the load to Parramatta. Yep. One thing has changed. It's not the 2 p.m. time slot anymore. It's now the 10:30 a.m. time slot. Probably should take that out of gear. That's why we have brakes on. Well, get rid of the annoying buzzing with our low air warning. The lights. If anyone doesn't recognise that gentle blue glow, it is the Mobile at Coolac. One of the favourite spots to get to at night, just because of good showers. The rest can be desired, or yet to be desired. They've just got the coffee machine fixed, and unfortunately at 5 o'clock in the morning they can't cook me a toasted ham, cheese, tomato sandwich. So that stop's going to come further on up the road somewhere. And current ETA into Melbourne is 9:30. We're going to lose half an hour of that in traffic. I know it. Come on, seat. Leaking seat valves. Well, it's going to have to keep doing that. We'll spin yous around. It was can't really show you this and show you this at the same time, so we'll drive out of here first. Well, I'm going to leave the sound inside. I might just leave that video intact. So you would have seen already last night the hoons tearing up the parking area. And before you say it, no, they weren't. They were Jims, they were Jacks. A couple of fat little bald dudes with beards. Oh, nice old Kenworth. Do a little drive-by here. Old J-step on it. She's got full rego too, not historic. Line up 200s. It's like they were earlier than a 104, maybe a 102. Old steel bull bar on it. Nice. Yeah, we'll see a lot lately tearing through parking areas. No different, I suppose. You see it all the time in the shopping centres too. Mainly P-platers, but you do get some older people that seem to be in a bit of a hurry. But anyway, that's what the second part of this video is going to be. You've seen the pods get picked up. We may as well go up. We've got a new location to go to. I'll turn the lights on. It's a little bit of a tighter location to get to. And then we're going to get these off and head down to Wollongong to pick up some steel. We've got to swap with a extending trailer, and go to Wollongong and pick up some long steel. But that might be it for the members. We'll see what happens. And yes, before someone says it, no, I didn't do a tug test then when I left. The brakes were on when I went to go the first time. I realised I hadn't let them off. But also checked the pin, visibly checked the pin when I done my walk around and went to get a coffee, so. I've heard of it happen, I've never seen it. People pulling people's pins at rest areas. Pretty low act, but what can we say, we're humans. Rightio, onwards and upwards, north to Sydney. Breakfast time. Here we are at Sutton Forest at the Shell and Macca's northbound. Last week I finally got to visit Sally's Corner, and not bad. Nice coffee, nice toasted ham cheese tomato sandwich. But I don't know if you can go over the top of the freeway here. I know you can go over it, but I think that goes to Sutton Forest actual, and I don't know if you can access that servo from here. I'll have to look into that a little bit further, because paying $7 for half a toasted sandwich that's not even put together, or the cheese isn't even melted. Just problem with fast food. One, it being fast, but two, just people don't care. And that's the problem you get. That's your standard white bread sandwich container, and that's how big half of the sandwiches anyway. So going ornate or fancy and putting on some sort of loaf instead of actually using bread, it just takes away from the value. Value. So while I keep doing this, I was expecting to wake up this morning and find rain on the windscreen. I was talking to one of our other drivers last night. He was ahead of me. He was at Melbourne, and he said he was getting spits on the window, so I thought, rightio, the rain's coming. No rain. It was overcast this morning, which is probably why it's warmer than expected. But pretty much as soon as we got up to Conroy's and Yass, that's when we started getting the spits on the window. And by Goulburn, those wipers were going 100%. So anyway, we're having a 15-minute break while we're here. We're 2 hours from our destination. Well, our destination's 2 hours away. Whether it takes us 2 hours to get there or not will be another story. I can already see on Google Maps that the traffic's pretty heavy getting from the M7 onto the M4. And that M4 will be a pain all the way into James Rouse Drive, whatever it is, where we're going. But anyway, finish. It's a shame. Obviously, that McDonald's has moved into that old Roadhouse building. There would have been some sort of Roadhouse kitchenette like Sally's Corner in there at some stage, and they've closed up. There must be a or must have once been a major bus stop destination. Just I noticed in the southbound side as well, the designated bus parking areas with verandas and that right next to the building, so the buses can get there and drop people off right at the door. I wonder if well, obviously coach travel's probably not as big as it used to be. But I suppose you look at it, Melbourne, maybe Spencer Street Station to Albury. I know BP Faguna used to be a big stop, or even the crossing point at the Shell in Laverton. You're a little bit more than 3 hours to here, but another 3 hours, and then you're 2 hours out of Sydney. So it makes sense for bus stops. I know there's a few bus drivers that watch. Let me know. Did you Sutton Forest a regular hang, and were any other places along the Hume that were regular stops as well? Another one. These toolboxes open. Second truck I've seen with a dog in it this morning. Another one just left before when I was going to the Macca's that had a blue heeler sitting up there on the passenger seat. And this one's a little curly, not the size of a fox terrier, but a little bit bigger. I don't know what you'd call them. But as I've been toying around the idea of bringing my pup with me, I've started noticing the no dogs and no children signs on sites. Which, as far as I'm concerned, if whatever's in the truck's in the truck, that the site shouldn't have any control over that. You just can't get them out of the truck, obviously. But it will happen. I'll try and find a couple of runs that are just to Melbourne or to Sydney, just to ease into it and see how we go. Yep. But anyway, we'll finish this and we'll get up and see what type of a madhouse Sydney's going to be today, especially if it's wet up there as well. Here we go. Well, we're about to say goodbye to this lovely dual carriageway road and get in amongst the tight stuff. And we currently have rain incoming as well, so hooray! We've been waiting for 2 hours back at the Rose Hill Racecourse, one of the streets around that. There's a staging area. It's only 20 minutes away. So at least we can park up nice and close, and then come in here once we get a phone call to say we can come in now. Oh no! Oh, I didn't want to see that. There's been an accident here and the road's blocked off. Not what I need to see, because the other way into the joint has a railway line crossing and a bridge that we won't fit under, so we're parked up here, ladies and gentlemen. That's never a good sign when you get a prank. Car over there with the side bloody torn out of it. There's also a looks like a rascal scooter or something in the old person's scooter in the middle of the road as well, which suggests that someone's been hit. And it's a Tesla that's pranged too. Side's gone, both side doors have been tore off it. Wow. There is one other route that goes in at the bottom end of this sort of island here, or point, but it goes under a rail bridge. The site manager doesn't know how high that bridge is. It's only a little single carriage road, so it's not a high volume road. And I picked up an app recently. What is that app called? It's an American app, Route 1 Go. It's mainly set up for America. It doesn't show, it's hard to navigate with here in Australia and that, but the one thing it actually has is a lot of bridge heights, whether it's on the freeways, a lot of side streets, bridge heights and weight restrictions on roads, which has been handy up until now. Again, it doesn't show this particular rail bridge that would need to go under, so the manager said the crane is on lunch at the moment, so there's no rush to get there anyway. One of the traffic managers there just said that just held up the hand to gesture 5 minutes, so I'm hoping that means we can get through in a minute. There's nothing, it's all on the other lane, there's nothing on this lane apart from that Ambo park there and the police M5 blocking, so if it backs up I'd be able to get through there. Just need to make sure the scene's safe before I can go through. I also, when we come back from Brisbane, done the finally got my hands on an Australian trucking atlas, which I wanted for jobs like this where you're going off the beaten path and hopefully showing bridges and everything. And the couple of pages I looked at where places we go in Melbourne showed the route and showed the bridges and everything I needed to see, but as soon as I need to come into Parramatta, because there's no established truck routes into here, then there's no reason for them to show the bridges, is there? They don't show every bridge, they only show the ones that are on the truck routes. And I suppose the flaw in that is those books are made for road trains and B-doubles and overmass stuff to see how to get through towns and cities, and not for us poor singles having to go into tight little areas. Bugger. One Ambo's already gone from here, so we've got impatient cars. What we're going to do is cause another prank. Ah, T-bone. That's why the side doors are missing off the Tesla. There's another little Mitsubishi or something on the tilt tray up there already that's lost control there somewhere and T-boned the Tesla. That bloke there's impatient to open it up. Everyone's telling him don't do it, just wait. We'll fire this up though, just so we can go when they say go. We don't have to worry about air. Although the one problem now, he's opened up the other side, so there's nothing stopping this P-plate that wants to turn right into there. Good go. Oh, someone's not happy. Coppers did not want that road open. I'm just glad that happened there on the way into the joint, because if it happened on the way out, we'd be stuck there double parked, completely blocking the road. We're going to do some crafty stuff here, and now we've got cars coming the other way. That's it. That's it. You can't go that way. Oh, here comes another car. Come on, don't need your life story. Let's get him underway. God, that copper looks like he's 10. All the road. Go for height there, but oh no, we fit under it. So hopefully we're only long enough. I had the Tesla on the tilt tray loading it. I would hope that means by the time we finish here we can get out that way. Fingers crossed. Oh crap. I just realised I haven't got the map on. I hope I'm going the right way. Oh yeah, here's the bay up here. So right on the side of the Homebush Bay here, there's a nice big foreshore here and park area that would be a good place to visit, but it's not going to be today. And of course it's called foreshore. Oh, that hit the mirror. Again, trees just growing out over the centre median. What trucks? Trucks shouldn't be in here anyway. So what I thought was an old person scooter, or a scooter in a mangled wreck in the middle of the road wasn't. It was just all the fighting equipment, the jaws of life and all that sort of stuff all set up there. So I'm going to turn right here before someone sits on the giveaway line and blocks our access. I'm going to go in where that silver car just pulled out up there. I probably should leg it, it's not far up. The railway line there's ahead of us, and then the bridge is around to the left. But it'll just, I suspect an old bit of infrastructure here in Sydney, and it's probably only 4 metres tall or smaller. There's our crane and our new job site. So there's nowhere along here to park. You've got all these underground car park entrances and exits. Bus stop here, both sides of the road. Now there's a little digger here in the way as well. That wasn't here last time. It's alright, you can let me in there. Oh, there you going. All good? Hey? Oh, bloody Norwegian or something. Everyone's on their lunch break by the looks of it. Let's get nice and central here, so we've got plenty of room to undo these straps either side of us. And that is Mary Street. Now the good thing is we're going to go out forward to the left and then our first right, which will bring us back down to where that police car was parked in the middle of the road directing traffic. Hopefully that's all cleared out, because again, now we're in here, that's the only way out of the joint too. But let's get some pods off. That's us done. That's it. Hold the traffic for me, ladies. Alright, don't wave. Alright, that's causing a little bit of an upset. Some may be asking, but we're only seeing it at the front, we can't see what's happening behind with the trailer. Trust me, you don't want to see what's happening behind the trailer. I don't even want to either. Oh, Smick.Landy. Nice. Yeah, sometimes I wish I could just push the mirrors out and completely ignore what's happening behind me, but we won't admit to that. So that has been. Oh, probably should start my log back up too. That's been pods from Melbourne to Rhodes, Sydney. There's my wife. So this is where that copper was sitting before, so if the road was still blocked, we wouldn't be able to get through here. I almost got in and parked there. That's convenient. Oh, it's a young fellow in the old 200. Took that to Melbourne a couple of weeks ago. I haven't known about asking to see if it was available to keep, but give him a wake up. I hope he's the next truck. Oh yeah, so bang. Weird, I don't know why they would have been T-boned all the way up there unless someone's come around the corner and lost control on that bend in the wet. But a couple of tight little turns to still get out of here, and that trailer nearly kissed that gutter. So it's 2 o'clock, just after 2 o'clock now, so essentially a 24-hour delivery. We picked it up in Melbourne yesterday at noon and got it up here the next day at noon. We just had to wait to unload it. As the rain comes in again. Lovely, lovely. So that's it for Sydney. My next delivery or pickup's Wollongong. Take this extendable trailer down there and pick up some 19 metre long sections of steel. Down there as well. So that's going to do it for us in Sydney. As we come out, struggle to get back onto the M4 now, all the way back down south to Picton Road, down Mount Ousley in the wet in a manual, so 2 firsts there, and yeah, pick this 19 metre steel up, fight with the extendable trailer to get it to come apart because it doesn't like to come apart, and yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you to channel members for all your support with the channel. We've just hit the big 5-0 with members, so that's fantastic. Oh, I don't know if we're on. No, that's it. So I shouldn't have to give way there. There's a bloody concrete median in the middle. Hairpin corners. No problem with jobs like that. It's all a big rush once you that last pod comes off. Let's get out of the way. We need the next truck in. They got six to do today, and I'm number 3, and it's 2 o'clock, so they're already halfway through. And I'd assume they've got a 5 o'clock curfew there, like at the other place as well, but merge onto this M4 traffic. Oh, what's that? Great. That is. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Thanks for all your support, and catch us in the next one. Catch us in the next one. Catch us in the next one somewhere in Australia. Hooroo.